Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again. We are out here cruising around, checking out some trails and filming some videos. And in today's video, we're going to be going over warranty. Now, I get asked quite often, especially by people who may be new to modifications, not necessarily on a truck like this, but on any vehicle really, and whether it will ruin your warranty. And the quick answer is sometimes. Depends what you change. So say simple bolt-ons, something like our rack in the tent. If you throw a rack in a tent on your truck and something breaks, they can't say, hey, you know what, you're carrying a rack and a tent on the back of your truck and that's why your engine exploded, or whatever the case is. They can't do that. And same goes really for anything, even the higher end stuff. If you're to do the suspension, my truck has a complete suspension swap plus bigger tires. So the leafs and the shocks in the back and the struts in the front are completely different. They're not anything to do with Nissan. They weren't on the truck. They are only bolted into the same place on the truck as the original stuff was, but they're completely different. So if I put the leaf springs in the back, I've got the Dobinson suspension. If I'm out here cruising on the trails and one of the leaves breaks, I can't bring it into Nissan and say, hey, look, this broke, because it's no longer a part that came with the truck. So they wouldn't warranty something like that. And then bigger wheels and tires. Of course, if you've watched some of the other channels, you know when you go up even a slight difference in tire size on these trucks, you have to trim and they rub. And basically, I haven't got around to cutting it yet, but just an example, if you look kind of right in here, you might not be able to see it, but the tires rub. It's actually working the plastic away, slowly melting it down. I couldn't go into Nissan and say, hey, look, my bumper's starting to wear out, the tires are hitting it, because I have added larger tires. That's something I did to change the truck. And now, of course, if it's breaking something, because it's something that I've done, I can't go in and expect Nissan or the dealership or whatever to warranty something that technically I would have screwed up. Now, going to the stuff that may have a little bit of issues, say the front bumper. Okay, it's just cosmetic, really, if you think about it. Before I put the CBI bumper and the winch and light bar and everything in there, it was just a plastic chunk here. That, no. You can bring it in. Of course, you're not going to have any issues cutting the bumper. You're not going to destroy your warranty. If something happens, say to the engine, you're having engine issues, you can't be denied because you switched a bumper that now your engine is not working, right? But what could happen, and why I'm using this as an example, is if you look here, right under the camera there, behind the grille, is the front radar for your cruise control, your adaptive cruise control. It was relocated up here. Before, it was sitting down behind the plastic bumper, kind of where my winch is. So luckily for me, mine works, but I know a lot of people that have changed to bumpers of this style, sometimes that thing is relocated over here. Some companies, they've actually put it in the front of the bumper again. And a lot of people have been having issues. You get in the truck, you get an alarm on your dash saying, hey, front cruise or forward collision sensor malfunction, and it doesn't work. Now, you can get it recalibrated. It can be a pain in the butt, because recalibrating those things, even a slight millimeter up or down, makes a huge difference on where it's picking up way down the road, because it's not sensing a car right here in front of you. It's built to pick up the cars way down in front of you. So it's got to shoot out. So of course, a little bit over here, up or down, that thing's going to be moving hugely way down in the distance. So yes, you will have to get it paid for out of your own pocket to get it recalibrated, because you changed the bumper. Now, it's nothing that's mechanically not working with the car or the truck. It's running still. It drives fine. It's just you won't be able to use your front collision or your adaptive cruise sensor. So something like that, again, the bumper itself, no, it's not going to void any warranty, because you're just changing plastic to steel. But anything electrical, say like the sensor, if it goes haywire, then yes, that's back onto you. All right, now moving to the Nissan side of things, or just any manufacturer in general, the reason that they always ask what's going on and trying to figure out why it's happening is because if it is actually something that's going on with the truck itself, nothing that has happened because you've modded it, they need to know why it's happening and what's causing it, who's going to have it in their trucks, because, they sell thousands of these things. And if it's a major issue, then they need to know what's up, how they can fix it, and what they got to do in order to get everybody's truck back up to the safety standards. So again, when you go in, if they're asking a lot of questions, it's not necessarily them trying to get out of warranty work. It's them trying to save their butt as well, because if it's a major safety issue or something like that, and you got thousands of these out on the road, and something's happening and they don't know about it, or now they do know about it, but they haven't done anything about it, they can get in a lot of trouble. So of course, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions, but to deny your warranty, now this is where it comes in, to actually deny warranty work for something you've done. So let's say we've got bigger wheels and tires, maybe the front diff or the rear diff blows up. It may not have been caused by the tires. It may have been caused by the tires, but you can't bring it in, say, hey, Mr. Nissan, my front and rear diff blew up while I was off-roading. Or, even just driving down the road. They can't walk out, look at my truck and go, oh, well, we see you have bigger wheels and tires. Warranty's void. They can't do that. They have to prove and be able to prove and give you the facts as to why adding bigger wheels and tires to your truck was the direct cause of what blew up the front and rear diff. Same goes for anything else. We don't have any engine modifications yet, but let's say you put on a cold air intake. Okay, now your engine blows up. So you go in, they'll pop the hood and they go, hey, wait a second, that's not the stock intake, that's an aftermarket intake. They can't just walk back out and say, no, we're not going to fix your engine. We're not going to replace it because you had that cold air intake on. They have to be able to go in, give you the facts, and tell you exactly why adding that cold air intake, what it did, how it ended up, having a catastrophic failure of the engine or whatever the case may be. They have to actually prove to you why that happened. So there you go. Just a quick little rundown of warranty and modifications on my truck, on the vehicles. Doesn't necessarily have to be something like this. It can be a car. I used to have a Mustang before this truck, and same thing. I modified a bunch of stuff. But again, they can't deny you. So I would say, one, if you've gone in and they are trying to deny you because of something that you have done to the truck, regardless of what's happened, I would ask them to prove or give you the facts of what they've found to go to their conclusion of whatever happened. And again, if they can't do that, it may have to come down to getting a lawyer or whatever the case is, depending how big of a deal. If it's something simple that's only going to cost you a few bucks to fix, then just do it on your own. That's probably what I would do in the first place, just to not have to deal with, anything. The less you have to go to the dealership and deal with that kind of stuff, the better. But again, if it's something big, like I mentioned, maybe your differential blows up, your engine blows up, all the electrical in the interior stops working, whatever the case is, that can add up to a lot of dollars. So again, don't let them bully you around, but you also have to know when you change stuff, there's always a chance that it can wreck other things. Only thing is, they got to be able to prove why it happened. So hopefully this helped you out. Give us a like, share, subscribe, and hopefully we catch you in another video. Thanks for watching.